talked about that bipartisan infrastructure law and the money that has gone to help track improvements, and there's, I think, going to be some more money for easing the state subsidy. Are those, wise investments, you would say, I bet?
Oh, absolutely. When you look at American mobility and the challenges ahead as we continue to grow as a nation, thinking about how we connect people and create economic opportunity, rail has to play a much bigger role. We're done with the era of big interstate expansion. We're not adding runways or airports. So you say, how are we going to move people and create that kind of cultural and economic connectivity? And we have the nation has the largest rail system of any country on earth. Not a fact that folks often discuss, but we have this huge network, and what we believe firmly at Amtrak is that we have an opportunity to use that network to move more people and goods by rail, and we want to work with our various partners to do that. So when we look at a service like this, thinking long-term about the opportunities to grow beyond simply this service, but the investments that have been made through the bipartisan infrastructure law create more investment in this 5-year period than the federal government has invested in Amtrak's entire history proceeding. So 50 years worth of previous investment now made available to us in 5, and that's going to allow us to really bring the network into the 21st century. New trains, upgraded stations, better technology, improved infrastructure, and in partnership with the Department of Transportation, an opportunity to expand the network to serve more of America. Amtrak started in 1971, and since we began, the nation's added over 130 million people, and yet our network is still essentially the same size. So we've been shrinking as a matter of sort of network size in proportion to population, and we want to turn that around and get more trains to more communities where they make sense. We have a couple more years of advanced appropriations funding. That's the sort of dedicated funding, and that's so important to Amtrak because one of the reasons we have this network and set of assets that are sort of antiques is because they can't be replaced in a single year. We need multi-year funding to do this, and we've never really had that from Congress. So that's why the bipartisan infrastructure bill is so important, because it gives us 5 years of dedicated funding, and we can start to issue the contracts and go out and engage with manufacturers to build these new assets for us and know that we can pay the bill at the end. The funding is guaranteed through 2026, and then Congress will need to reauthorize the surface transportation programs and the other infrastructure programs. Obviously, our goal is to get a lot of great work done between now and then, and it's sort of self-evident that there's more to do and more to invest. So that's why partnerships with the state of Wisconsin, state of Minnesota, state of Illinois, we're all working together to make these kind of generational investments happen is so important to us.
Thank you so much for taking the extra time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck with your travels. Thank you.
It's a huge day for Wisconsin. It's our first expansion of passenger rail in decades, and we couldn't be happier. We are so excited, and we are celebrating the arrival of the Borealis.
Wisconsin was long overdue for a new train service to meet travelers' demand for a safe, efficient, sustainable way to get to where they need to go.
We had to have infrastructure improvements, we got federal grants, we had to work with our partners in Minnesota, our partners in Illinois, our partners with Amtrak. There was a lot of moving parts, but it's all come together.
So the 3 states have gotten together quite a bit to talk about this, because we all are in this together and we wanted to make it work. So it's been a long time in the making, but we're so glad that it's here.
We're just thrilled about it. We know it's going to be successful.
If you're someone in La Crosse or in Toma and you're looking to go to Chicago, do a round trip to Chicago or a round trip to the Twin Cities, it's going to quadruple all your schedule options that you have. So it's really going to make rail travel much more viable for these communities.
And now, the Borealis trains provide another way to connect folks to the amazing people in our hospitality industry who make adventures of all sorts possible in Wisconsin.
We've supported this from the very beginning because there's just so much more opportunity to get to other places and for other people to come here and to be part of our community.
Our son and her uncle is the engineer on the first train coming through.
It's been just a lifelong love for him, so this is really exciting for us.
It's going to be great for everybody involved. It's a train that's going to be on time, also coming through from the west more often than not, but it's a pretty neat deal for everybody. Community all the way up and down from the cities to Chicago.
Just one trip, you can experience a classic Midwest city like La Crosse, Dells, tremendous rural community like Columbus, and the big city of Milwaukee.
This offers a transportation option that is comfortable, that is safe, that is reliable. We have a cafe with local products available. Business class is offered in addition to coach seating.
So by having a reliable connection or a reliable train originating in St. Paul, I know I'm going to get to Chicago on time.
In every place I go, people are excited about it. This is a maiden voyage, but it's going to mean more passenger rail for all of Wisconsin.
And I think you're going to see a lot of pent-up demand. A lot of people use this, and I think success begets success. The more people use it and like it, the more I think they're going to demand that we have more of it.